All right, today what we're going to be working on for this is getting started on our writing project. So remember the previous week we analyzed a mentor text about woodpeckers and compared them to blue jays. We talked about the appearance and behavior of those woodpeckers. This week we're going to be planning our own informative report based on the facts and details from Being In and See Nature and the video The World of Chipmunks. And so we're going to be working on chipmunks. So our objectives for today are right here. We're going to read and analyze a writing prompt. We're going to use this writing checklist that we'll see right here to guide the planning. So let's begin by looking at our anchor chart. So this is our anchor chart that we looked at last week, and it's how we do an informative report. So we should include key details and information in our informative report. So we should identify and introduce the topic, provide facts and details about the topic, use that third person point of view, and our important part is we group similar information in paragraphs and sections. And then we provide a conclusion that leaves the reader thinking. Our next section that we need to make sure we include is when we read to find facts and details, is that we examine text, visuals, and audio, because we're going to be listening to a video as well for key information about our subject. In this case, we're going to be learning about the chipmunk. And we need to make sure that we take notes about the key information as how it relates to chipmunks. Listen and view to gather facts, so we're gathering those informations from audio and video sources. We're taking notes and categorizing it. And then our last part is we will be planning it. As we introduce our topic in the beginning, we develop the topic by giving facts and details, we group similar categories together, and we use transitions to begin those new paragraphs, and finally provide that conclusion. The last part is we follow conventions of language. We use those capitals, periods, we pair adjectives correctly. It's a lot, but we'll be breaking it down into smaller pieces. So let's begin by looking at our actual prompt that we'll be working on. Based on information from Being In and Seeing Nature and the World of Chipmunks, write an informative report in which you describe the appearance and behavior of chipmunks. So this is our important part. We need to describe the appearance and the behavior of chipmunks. And then it says support your ideas with facts and details from the text and video. So it's not just the text, it's not just the video, but it needs to be from both. Now, what do I think? Well, this prompt reminds me of the one that we read last week. So I need to write a report about the appearance and behavior of a type of animal. This time, I'm writing about chipmunks. I'm going to support my report with facts and details from two sources, an essay and the video. I'll need to take notes from these sources to explain my writing. So I have this checklist that I'll have that will kind of help guide me as I go along. This shows the important elements of my informative writing report that kind of summarizes this anchor chart. So I'm taking all this information and I'm just putting it here so I can check it off as I go along. We can refer to this as we plan, draft, revise, and edit. We're going to be working on our writing for 2 weeks. So one of the things that we'll be looking is I take notes on facts and details that I found in the text. I group similar categories together. So remember, we're looking at appearance and behavior, so that's probably what we'll put in this section. I introduce the topic in the beginning of my report. I develop the topic by introducing facts and details in a logical order and using transitions between those ideas. And then I end the report with a conclusion that leaves the readers thinking. And then what I look for? Well, I use adjectives in the right order. So I don't say the purple tall man. I'd say the tall purple man, if that's something I'm going to put in my report. And then this is what we'll focus on next week is sentence fragments, but we're not going to use those in our writing. So that's it. You have an overview of what our writing is going to look like. That will be starting on Wednesday.